welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophie from thechicpinkflamingo.com, and before we get started with this video, I want to let you know that my intro song was made by my friend Dylan. You can check out his SoundCloud down below. He has a lot of amazing beats, so I'd really appreciate it if you went and checked it out. But today we're going to be talking about my first semester at Kent State University. I am a fashion major and I just finished my first semester of college, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my first semester, some things that I learned, and I also asked you questions on my Instagram story. My Instagram will be linked down below. And I got a lot of questions in, especially from one of my blogger friends, Mackenzie. She gave me a bunch of really good questions to answer, so I'm going to leave a link to her Instagram and blog down below just so you guys can go check her out as well. As I said before, I am a fashion major and a fashion merchandising major, and currently I'm working on a minor in fashion media. I'll be starting classes for that next semester. But I also think I might be adding entrepreneurship as a minor just because of how my classes fall. Like, I wanted to graduate in 2.5 years because I came into college with 38 credits and like it could have been possible, but I talked to my advisor and it was like gonna be like really crunched, and like it wasn't guaranteed that the classes I wanted to take would fall the right semester or like stuff like that. So yeah, I came in with 38 credits. That was a question that was asked. I took a lot of college classes when I was in high school through Ohio's College Credit Plus program, and it was like the best thing I ever did. I pretty much knew since my freshman year I was looking at Kent State, and I pretty much knew since my junior year I was gonna come to Kent State. So I took a ton of classes that like I knew fashion majors had to take, and literally every single class transferred to Kent State, and that's why I'm like so ahead, is because I like checked classes off the list that Kent State provides as like for each major. Like, I took those classes at my local college and it got me so ahead, and I'm doing great because of it. So I should be graduating like spring of 2021 because of that, which is a year early, but I'm also double minoring, so that's why. So as a freshman in the fashion merchandising program, you're gonna take like 3 fashion classes regularly, you're gonna take 3 fashion classes your first entire like year at Kent. So I started out with fashion visuals and fashion fundamentals. I'm pretty sure every fashion major takes fashion fundamentals their first semester, and then you either take fashion tech or fashion visuals. I took fashion visuals, so next semester I am going to be taking fashion tech. And just to give you a little insight on visuals, I have friends who are in tech, and I feel like you kind of do the same projects you do in visuals, but it's all online on like Illustrator, like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. It's kind of like making mood boards and flats on like computer programs. And in visuals, you do everything by hand. Like Kent's fashion program puts you through fashion visuals and fashion tech, which aren't easy classes, your first 2 semesters to get you prepared and like to make you really think like, is this what I want to be doing? Another question I was asked was, how do I maintain my time in college? And I actually had a job my first semester. I worked at a food service place on campus called Rosie's, and if you go to Kent or you're from the area, you've probably heard of what Rosie's is. You go and you order on a screen, and then they call out your number that's on your receipt, and then you get it. Everyone thinks it's like so cool and like a cool novelty. So between having a job and then also you know, being in college and having a blog, which I kind of slacked on my blog this past semester because of my job, it was harder to maintain schoolwork and a job just because I worked 3 days a week. Well, I originally started out the semester working 4 nights of the week. Like, they didn't have me for any weekend hours, so that was really inconvenient. Like, it was good because I got to spend more time with my friends, but I wasn't working on the weekend. Everything was during the week, and I was working 4 nights a week. It was very overwhelming. I did not like it, so I told them I could only work 3 nights a week, and I worked 5-hour shifts. So once I was done with classes, I'd go to work and then basically come back to my dorm and go to bed, and I didn't have time to do homework, and it was not fun. But to make up for that, like, I didn't have a lot of homework. The only class I ever had homework in was statistics. Like, regularly, like every single week you had a bunch of homework to do. And I was very bad, and I always did my statistics homework during my art class. So I'd sit on my laptop when I was supposed to be learning art and do stats because of my job. But, you know, we made it through. I survived. I hope I passed stats. I just took my exam a few days ago, and I'm hoping that I passed. So between, you know, having my job and my schoolwork, maintaining that, I also had to maintain my blog, which I definitely slacked on this semester, and I hope next semester I can do better. My class schedule is going to be a lot more organized, to the point where, like, I have classes in the morning at the same time, and I only have classes I have classes Tuesday through Thursday, plus I have a Monday class, but it's tech. And the lecture of tech you only have like 4 times during the semester, so I'm basically gonna have classes Tuesday through Thursday. And with that schedule, I hope I can get a better job off campus and work more on the weekends so I can maintain my blog. Basically, when I did get blog posts up or Instagram posts up, I would have my friend or roommate like snap a picture of what I was wearing that day, or for like a blog post, I'd have my friend Cameron just go out with me to like the fashion building or somewhere like on campus and have her take a few pictures of me, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, if I was going to a meeting for one of the clubs I was in, I would just like bring my camera along and then have my friends snap a few pictures down there before my meeting at Rockwell, because we were like already there and it was just convenient. And then I just tried to find time whenever I could, usually like Sunday afternoons, to write a blog post, or if I didn't have a lot of homework, I would just write it then. I feel like everyone wants to know about the food on campus all the time. Kent's supposed to be well known for how good their food was, but I worked food service, and no, the food on campus at Kent was not the best. They tell you Eastway, when you first get to Kent, they tell you Eastway's amazing, and also when you go on your tours, they bring you through Eastway and they say Eastway's amazing, and I don't like Eastway. It's not great. I prefer to eat at Prentice, which is just another dining hall on campus, and it's gluten-free, vegan. Well, it's gluten-free, it has vegan options, and it has vegetarian options, and all the like dishes are supposed to be around 500 calories. I don't know what the exact number is, but they're supposed to be like lighter portions and stuff like that. And I really liked Prentice. Honestly, Prentice has really good food. My favorite meal at Prentice is definitely when they have like mashed potatoes, the chicken tenders, and it has gluten-free breading, and then they'll have gravy and corn, and oh my god, that was definitely my favorite meal there. Or their taco bowls at Prentice are divine. They're so good. And they usually have like an omelet station where you can have omelets made. That's why I love Prentice so much. Plus, I feel like Eastway is typically busy because I think there's like 4 dorms that are connected to Eastway, and I feel like a lot of people eat at Eastway because that's the main dining hall on campus. But personally, I prefer Prentice. It's closer to my dorm and the food's better, in my opinion. Besides food, people want to know about partying at Kent, and I'm the wrong person to ask about partying at Kent because I did not party at Kent. I was under the assumption when I got there that I would rush, and then I went through the club fair, or whatever it's called, like where you sign up for all the clubs, and I signed up for FSO, which is the Fashion Student Organization, Modista, and A Magazine, and ended up only being in Modista. And because I signed up for those 3, I thought I wouldn't want to rush, and I'm glad I didn't, because I heard rushing, like when you get your initial fees for being in like a sorority, they're between like $500 to $1,000 at Kent, and that's just like your initial fees. So personally, I just could not afford that. I didn't feel the need to rush. So I wasn't part of like Greek life or anything like that. I went to one frat party at the beginning of the semester and had my fun, and I said, that's enough for me. And I don't think I'll go back to many frat parties. Like next semester I'll probably go to one frat party, not even, I don't even know if I'll go to one frat party. Like it really just isn't my thing. And then on Halloween I went to, or Halloween weekend, I went to the Brew, which is the only 18 plus bar in Kent, and I went a little too early because I had a job interview the next day, and I went a little too early for the crowd. Like there wasn't a lot of people there when I went, but I did enjoy being at the Brew. I was dancing, I was having lots of fun, and I hope next semester I go back to the Brew a lot more because I did have a bunch of fun there, and it's kind of more of my scene. I feel like the bar scene's a little bit more fun than frat parties, but yeah, definitely if you put yourself out there to have some fun and go party, then you definitely have that opportunity at Kent. And then someone asked me how my finals went, and my finals went good. I hope. Actually, I ended up not getting as good of a grade in like fashion fundamentals as I wanted. Like it should have been an easy A class, and I ended up getting a B because I missed a quiz, and my mom asked me on my Instagram story. She literally replied to my Instagram story and said, "Why did you miss a quiz?" That was her question she wanted in the video. Mom, I missed a quiz because Cameron and Gianna missed the quiz too, and we all forgot, and we all fell asleep at like midnight. So I forgot to take a quiz, so I ended up getting a B. Stats, I was so scared of the final. I studied for like 3 days straight, and then I ended up thinking it was easy, but I don't have any of my grades back, so hopefully my finals went well. I feel like they went well, but we'll see. So that is all I have for today's video. If you have any more questions about Kent or any videos you want to see, even if they're about Kent, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.